I was going through a real bad time, a lot of drinking, very depressed, very anxious, and got in a huge fight with my wife. I got mad, jumped out of the car, walked into the woods. She didn't know where I went. She knew I was in a bad place. She knew I was suicidal. And I was sitting at the table, pulled out a huge bottle of, there had to have been fucking 300 pills. Wrote my note, was about ready to go. Once I signed my name to that note, a cop walked through the door. Grabbed me, threw me up against the wall, and cuffed me. I said, yeah, like this is going to make shit better. Well, yeah, it did make shit better because it stopped me from killing myself. Are we going to my car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, where we can go, I don't know.
You can go in my car.
Shit.
That's alright.
That's loud. I sound like an old motherfucking man.
Finish this before we take off.
Works, man.
Are you going to record us talking?
Just listen to John Ricker, wonder what's wrong with me, and in the mirror, waited so patiently for the end of the summer. He's got my hopes up the dash. Well, I'm just a sucker, I guess. It's so warm outside, but I feel sad. Even on the best days in September, it's hard to find my peace of mind. I'd like to blame it on the weather. So disappointed to come home to this. I think I'll sleep on the road tonight. Counting sheep and a couple regrets as cars drive by. It's kinda hard to figure anything out when people don't talk at all. I hate these bad days and think I'll just skip town. Even on the best days in September, it's hard to find my peace of mind. I'd like to blame it on the weather.
Well, if you're talking about the word punk, it could be music. It could be a style of music. It could be a lifestyle. When I think punk is finding yourself for who you are and not for what everybody else thinks you are. I identified with punk rock. The individuality, the fact that they can overcome expectations of the mainstream music scene, and that we didn't have to talk about just partying and having fun all the time. We could talk about feelings. We could talk about what we thought. We could talk about how we felt and the unity behind it, because it wasn't just one person. It was a band that came together and expressed it, whether it be religion, whether it be political, whether it be stupid people. I don't know. Don't make fun of me. But my favorite band of all time is MxPx. Mike Herrera and what he does with his lyrics and his music is amazing to me. It's simplicity at its best. You know? It's simple, but it's to the point, and he gets his message across. And I'm just, there's something about it that I love. My favorite album would be a Lagwagon. Let's Talk About Feelings. Because same reason, they hit all subjects. They talk about losing somebody, everyday stuff. You know, listen to the album and you'll know what I'm talking about. it's all in their head, and they go, come on dude, get over it. And if it was that fucking easy, we would get over it. Because do we want to be in that much pain and that much anxiety? And I don't know, if you haven't experienced anxiety, it's the worst feeling ever. It's almost like getting the jitters from drinking too much caffeine, but it's 10 times worse and it doesn't go away. And there's nothing you can do to help it, except to find some kind of, I don't want to say sedative, but something to almost knock you out, to make you a zombie. Anxiety is terrible because anxiety will lead to depression. Because anxiety, you're always on the, almost like, almost in fear for your life, really. But it's not necessarily always that. You're always fearing something. You're always worrying something. And then that will lead to depression. And then depression kicks in. And the depression will feed off the anxiety. And then the anxiety will feed off of the depression. So it's a cycle that goes on and on and on. And a lot of people don't understand that. People who have never experienced depression, where almost your body hurts, you don't feel like getting out of bed, you can't move, you don't want to do anything, you have no motivation. If you haven't experienced that, don't ever judge anybody for that, because it's real. It may not be real to you, but it's real to them. And that's what you need to know, for real. Very difficult. It's very difficult to hold relationships. Because anxiety is almost a type of paranoia. You're always wondering what's going to happen next. You know, what is this person going to do to me to hurt me? Depression is hopelessness. I'm not good enough. I don't feel like, why would I even try doing that, because I'm not going to make it. It's not going to happen. It could happen. I mean, it's very possible it could happen if you apply yourself, but in your head, you're telling yourself it can't, and it's not. When the depression and anxiety gets so bad, the person feels like they can't get out of it. There's no way out. With the anxiety, the fear of everything, and the depression, which is a hopelessness. When those two combine, it's like there's no way out. What other way out? And so that's when people start thinking about taking their lives. They can end the pain.
I'm suicide, I've just been resurrected on Jesus Christ, and I bled for all my sins. I saved myself from definite destruction. I'm here and I will decide my life as suicide.
Because it's painful. It sucks. It's agonizing every second. And it's not like, okay, we'll just get through the day. Well, you don't understand. People with anxiety and depression, one day feels like a freaking week or two, you know. I mean, sometimes even longer. Because I hit that point where I felt like not only was I depressed and anxious, I was scared of everything. I was hopeless. But I also felt I was a burden because of it. When you're in that position, you feel like I'm just becoming a burden. I'm starting to become annoying or something like that. And so that's what it came to. I felt like, you know, if I was just to end my life, yeah, they would mourn on my death, but years and years, eventually you'll be forgotten. That's how the people feel. Is that, well, they'll get over it eventually. It'll hurt. It'll be like ripping a Band-Aid off, but it'll hurt, but they'll get over it. Maybe they will, but still, you don't know the amount of pain that you will cause those kids. I say kids because I have kids. Kids or spouse or loved ones for the rest of their life. This is really weird because I ran out of options. I've been on all kinds of antidepressants. You could almost name them, and I've been on them. And I would not respond to them. There's got to be another way. In some way, somehow, that gave me a boost of motivation. I'll have my bad days, but overall, there are days where I go, you know what, I'm going to be okay. No matter what happens, I'm going to be okay. I don't know if this is the medicine. I don't know if it's in my head. I don't know. Right now, actually, I am on day 2 of not taking my antidepressants. I'm trying to go more of a natural route. And actually, that's what I want to go to school for in psychology, and I want to look for more natural routes instead of meds. Because I've been on meds my whole life. Not my whole life, but for the past 14 years. Music can help and it can hurt. Sometimes when I'm in a depressed mood, I'll have an urge to want to throw on something depressing. When I say depressing, something that I can relate to at the time. I'm going to use a band, for instance, who has hurt and helped. Senses Fail. His lyrics are so powerful because I related almost to every song. The bad thing about it is that sometimes when you're in that position and you hear that, it makes you dwell on that. And sometimes you don't need that. So what I've learned lately is to, when I feel like I want to do that, is to try to throw on something a little more positive, like MxPx, or a band called Dogwood. But there's something about this band called Skillet. They have very positive lyrics that really lift my spirits. So music can be positive, music can be negative. A lot of people who look at me and don't know me see me as I got this poop face, or what do you want to call it, bitch face, or I look angry. I really am not. I really have a huge heart and I want to help people. That's why I'm going to school for what I'm doing. I want to help either post-war vets or children, child services. I have a huge heart for children. I have a huge heart for people. And I love to see people succeed. Although sometimes it may seem hard for me to succeed in where I'm at. I could be depressed and anxious and everything, but if somebody has a problem, I can focus on them, and there's something about it. And when I make somebody feel better about themselves, it helps me. So that's when I knew I had to go to school for that, and I had to get that to that point, because if I can go home every day knowing that I've made a positive influence in somebody's life, that will make me happy. And that's what I want to be remembered by.